Hi, I'm Garry Jenkins, and welcome to the beauty of oil painting. Today we're going to paint, you guys know, my favorite subject, the rose. These are roses from our garden. My wife, Catherine, grows all the roses, and today we have some flowers laid out over here that we're going, whoa, look at that, that we're going to use as our model for today's painting. You can see all the beautiful colors. We're not going to paint every flower you see in there. It's just used for inspiration. It kind of feeds the mind so that it has some information in there that will pop out onto the canvas. Let's take a look at how we're starting. This is a gray acrylic, and it's dry. And I have back here kind of a blue-green acrylic and kind of an off yellow. And this is dry, and I have put on a coat of linseed oil on here. So the background is dry, but this is wet with linseed, so that's important for you guys to know that. First of all, oh, and I use, of course, linseed oil, and I got a bucket over here of odorless thinner. Okay. By the way, whenever you have this odorless thinner around in your studio, always put a top on it because you don't want those fumes coming in. Okay, look at that palette. Whoa, palette went bye-bye. Let's take a look at the palette for a minute. When you put white out, try to put your white out in a string like this. Not, I want to put some out here and show you how not to put your white out. And that's like that. Now, the reason for that is that when you come in to take some color, say you have blue, and you come in to get some white, you've already contaminated your white. It's gotten all that blue in it. But if you take, and you say you have some blue on your brush, and you come over to the string, and you take just a little out of here, you still have pure white left down the line. So try not to pile your white up because you'll never be able to get underneath to get the pure white. It just makes sense to put out a string. Now, this is ultra smooth canvas, and I'm going to take a big 1-inch, these are synthetic brushes, guys, with nice red handles, and we're going to come in here before we start our painting, and we're going to put some color on the canvas. First of all, let's come down and pick up some color, some orange and some yellow, and we'll take this 1-inch, whoa, and you know how I love color, guys. We're going to put some of that on there. We have phthalo red rose. Put boom, boom, boom. Let's get in and do it to it. I know you want to get in there and just piddle with this little stuff. Gray is a great neutral color. Things get too bright, the gray will knock things down. Now, I know that's a little hard looking. I use plenty of paper towels, guys. We're going to take the towel, and we're going to take and soften up the color into the background. Yeah. Some of the paint in the background is going at an angle like that. Now, this adds energy to your painting, so you don't have everything going horizontal. Maybe down here we'll have some, because it gives you a feeling of a surface for your flowers to sit on. Now, notice how this color, when it comes out into the gray, look at that beautiful neutral gray that we're getting. Notice how the color is fading out into nothing. Yes, beautiful. Got a little something there. Now, let's look at that arrangement. And let's take a look at what does an artist look for in an arrangement. Here we have all these flowers. We hunt and pick. We don't paint everything we're looking at, but we look at color, what's exciting. take a look at this red. I think that's beautiful against that white. So we'll try to get some of that in there. We have a beautiful daisy just sort of sitting back here. I like that. And we have a rose back here. Now to you, because the camera is on this side, to you, you're seeing inside. But for me, I am seeing the back of it. I'm seeing, oh, look at that. Look at the yellow and green. I'm seeing the back side of it. Isn't that beautiful? Look at it against the gray background. Zoe, let's see if we can paint that today. I know, now remember, you're looking at the front of it and I'm looking at the side. Okay. So let's start in, I'm going to take some pink. And this is the phthalo red rose. Beautiful. I use this an awful lot. Now we're going to come in and just lay in some pink back here to sort of indicate that flower that we're looking at from the side, from the back. A little gray tone. Let's get a little more gray. Always put out gray on your palette because you're going to use a lot of it. And we're going to have some of that back here. Notice the stroke going this way, this way, this way. And today's lesson is going to be on very loose, very impressionistic painting. Yeah. Now, you can see just by pushing color around how that's going to resemble a rose. You're saying, well, I don't see a rose. Well, just hang loose. You will in a minute. There's a petal here, a nice large petal coming in here. Then the side of the brush is used too to indicate some stuff happening. We're going to take our crimson, a little phthalo red rose, and let's come in here. Woo, that's a little strong. Let's put a little white with it. Calm it down. Let's put a little orange with it. Hunting and picking, that's all we're doing. Yeah, a little white. And there it goes. Okay. Now, what do we have? We still don't have much of anything yet. We're going to come in and indicate. See how I'm rolling that brush? Now, the back of the flower. This is going to be the back. Here's some green, and here's some chrome oxide green, sap green and chrome oxide. We're going to have a stem that's going to come up this way, come on up and turn. And that's going to go right into the back of that flower. Now we'll bring some greenery out. You see how this happens? See, without that greenery, it doesn't look like much of anything. It doesn't look like the back. Okay, we're going to let that sit there for a minute. I'm going to come in here. I'm looking at the arrangement. I'm putting my darks in. Now that flower is going to sit in the back. I'm going to come in, yes, and put some of this wonderful greenery over the top. We're going to have some stems coming in like this. Just kind of indicate we're going to be painting kind of in shorthand today. Now, and maybe something back here. Let's get the rest of them going. Don't want to spend too much time just on one flower. We should really get the whole thing going. So let's do that. We have another flower here, another rose. We're going to block that in, right on top of that color in the background. I think what we'll do now is just block in color. I don't care what kind of flower it is. I don't care it's a rose or whatever. We're just going after the color. Now I see it's in shadow here, beautiful. And I see some yellow in the middle. Let's take some yellow. Can you see that? Let's go in here, take some yellow. And let's put some of that in there. Let's take some orange and put that in there. Yes, whoa, somebody help me. Look at that color. And let's pull that out. Yes, yes, yes. We just want the feeling of the flower, nothing else. Let's take our gray. I see a beautiful daisy sitting in here, and we'll just block that in dark, overlapping that back rose. And I see some yellow coming out of the center of that. And now remember, we're just blocking color, yellow and white. And we might just go into this daisy and pull them out just a little bit more. There you go. Now, that's not finished. Now, I'm going to, this is what's fun about painting, guys. I see a beautiful red sitting over here. Let's take a look at that arrangement. What am I looking at? I'm seeing a beautiful kind of a red. Look at that red, how it plays against this white. All right, let's come up here and let's take a nice dark crimson and kaboom. Yes, 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 yes. We're going to put this, I know. You're going, whoa, that's pretty bright. I know. And we're going to take a little phthalo red rose and white and throw some of that in there to kind of highlight that. Just kind of get it started. Let's take a little yellow and orange, show a little center. Choo. Yes, yes. Boing. Now, I see some more of that beautiful color down here. Let's get a little more of that red down there. Remember, we're working from real flowers. So we've got flowers that are spilling on top of flowers. Things happening here. Let's go over the top, pull some of that in. Now, let's just let it sit there. We're going to let's take some of this mauve. We haven't used that. Find a little dark down here. Maybe these flowers are casting a shadow down, and it's a great excuse to get our mauve going. Maybe take a little white. Boom, boom. Oh, look at that color. Look at that. Floral painting is all color, 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 guys. Let's put something else in here and see what we get. Take a little more of this gray. And I have another flower. It's a little bit of a rose, a little rose sitting in here. And a little center. A little pink. And let's take our gray again, because we're kind of losing that one. Always squint your eyes, because when you squint your eyes, it separates the darks and the lights. Again, it's just color. We're not looking for much of anything happening. All right. Put a little sienna. Sienna, sienna. Do I have any? Yes, it is. There it is. Sometimes the colors hide on the palette. And there. Okay. A little dark back in there. Now, let's get some leaves going before we go in and pick out our flowers. Keep it as loose and as free for as long as you can. Here's some leaves going in. We're going to kind of cover up most of that flower in the background. We have some nice stems coming out. Maybe another one here, here. That nice long one going to that. And maybe right here we'll get a little, little thorns going. All right. I like that one, swooping across. And let's see what we have going. Let's take this one and turn. Look at that nice curve. Let's come down and pick up some blue, yellow, phthalo yellow, green. Experiment with your colors. Don't keep using the same colors over and over. Whoa, look at that. Boom, boom. Yes, boom, boom. And as it comes down, let's take some of our blue, ultramarine blue and white. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, 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 yes. Let's clean up this little leaf. Now we're going to go in some of this to this loose stuff. And let's pull a little detail out. There. Now, it's starting to make sense. We got this little flower down here. Let's take our white and yellow. White and yellow, very dry, no medium. And let's come in here and pick out, first you have to find the belly. And that's this part that comes around like this. Now watch how it turns. Yeah. So that we can see inside of this flower. Yeah. See it? You see those little petals? You see it? And then we're going to take our white, come across, picking up some more white, and we'll paint back into that. Now you can see that flower starting to pop out. So we're really creating something from nothing. Let's take another petal here. Watch it curve in. And a little more white. Kind of an off-white. It's not a white. And another petal here. And here. You see it? And another petal down here. Now this flower is kind of getting lost down on the bottom. So we're going to take a little green. And let's come in here and try to darken it up a little. Now you can see that flower popping. Got a little carried away with our purple. That happens. When you're painting, a painting goes through a transition. It's very fluid. It's constantly changing and moving. That's the fun of painting. That's the beauty of painting. You're actually creating something it's never been painted before. Not exactly like this. You see it happening? Now our little rose is coming. We might balance it out with a petal out here and a petal out there. And it's a very light touch, not a heavy touch. Now we have another brush called a filbert. Let's take a look at this. You guys know what this is by now. Filbert is the brush with the rounded corner. We're going to take some white and yellow. And we're going to come in here. Now we're going to pick out a little more detail. Let's take a little more white, titanium white. And I want it really bright, right in here. Bright, bright, bright. And then coming out, maybe some of those petals have fallen down. Look at it picking up the pink in there. Beautiful stuff. We have a little flower back in here, maybe a little mauve. Deepen up the center of that just a little bit. And we'll use our filbert. We can use that. You see how we're just indicating? It still says rose, but we're just indicating the rose. Don't show everything. Here, very subtle. Oh, it's such a light hit. Oh, look at it happen. Oh, look at the pink. Leave it in there. Okie dokie. I'm standing back, looking at the whole thing, seeing what we have. I'm going to take some black with my sap green because I'm not happy with that dark. Now it's better. Yes. Now, you see what that dark did? Now we have to spread it out a little. Cool, cool, cool. Now let's check it out. We need a bud in here. Let's take our green. And let's come in. And our bud is going to be drooping over. Maybe, another one there. And let's take our dark alizarin and phthalo red rose. Oh, there's a bud. And this bud's going to go right on top of that flower. It gives it more of a natural look. Green. And we're going to go over the top. Look at that. And this one here, over the top. See how it sets that rose back? Then we're going to come in and pick up a little dark green and have some little things growing off of that stem. Okay, let's stand back, see how we're doing. Not too bad. Let's have another petal right in there. Kind of break that edge up. Maybe it's a turned over petal. Very subtle. Don't make a big deal over your turned over petals. Let's get in there and play around in there. Fix that up a little. I need a little white. Just a hint on the bottom. Not too much because our flowers are all coming down pretty close to the bottom. Let's put in some just some little wildflowers. Maybe a phthalo red rose and some white. Now, where would we put it? No, we don't want it over here. We want it kind of over in this direction. So these would just be little guys. They don't have to be any flower in particular. But we're just going to play with these. Look at that. How do you paint a grouping? Do you have to paint every individual flower? No. All you need to do is go in and let's take and show a flower, a detail, a little more detail. Now we're going to take a little round or liner and put a little center in there. See there? Now the eye will look at these flowers and it'll say, oh, well, the flowers that I'm putting in behind must be the same thing. You see? All we have to do is show a little detail, and the brain will read this as being the same as these that we have a little more detail in. So this opens up a whole new area for you for painting groupings of little, oh, look at the blue, look at the blue. I know. I've been painting for umpteen million years. And I still get excited over this stuff. I get excited over color. I don't care really what flower it is, though I am partial to the rose. But it's the color that is where it's at. Pay attention to your small stuff. Now, on the bottom, I see where I brought that dark up next to this little rose. I'm going to bring it out. And what that does, it pulls a little of the color underneath into those petals, which puts those petals into shadow. Yes, yes. Look at me dragging that color in there. Yes. Now we have something happening down there. Maybe it needs a little more detail. So we'll come in here. Yes, 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 honey. Yes. Put it in with gusto. Don't just come in here and put it in and you're half asleep. Let's get some power in it. Get your color in there and hit it, honey. Well, maybe not like that. We'll work it in a little bit. But you can hit it hard and then just work it in. Let's put some of those little buds I love to do whenever I feel I need a little something in the painting. We'll take a little of our phthalo red rose and white. Load it up next to the ferrule, next to the metal. Take a little of our green on the tip. So what do we have? We have green on the tip and pink towards the back. Let's come on up, right about in here. We're going to have a stem running right over that rose and push. Let's see if there's a bud underneath this brush. Yes. Hey, Harry, come in and watch this guy on TV. He's putting in those little funny little buds he likes to put in. There's another one. I think you can do that. That's simple. But they're fun to do whenever you want just a little something happening. Oh, hello. Okay. Yeah. Let's get some things coming off of those stems. Notice the action going. Yes. Look at the color, guys. If you guys have high def out there, high definition TV, I bet these colors are really looking super. Let's put another little leaf right in here. Yes, yes. I like the simplicity. Don't load your painting up with a lot of stuff. It's not necessary. The background is just as important as everything else that's going on. We're going to take a little pink. And on these leaves, look at this. Look, you don't have to leave them green. Green's boring. Let's get some stuff in it. A lot of you guys email me, tell me how excited you've been. I had a lady emailed me. Her house burned down. She lost all of her paints, all of her supplies, everything burned up. And she watched one of my shows and she got so excited and enthused, she went out and got some paint and brushes and now she's painting again. Isn't that great? If you're out there, good for you. Well, How did we do? I think we did okay. Oh, I have another painting here. I'll sneak into you for you to look at. This is one I took a little more time with. You can see the Jabera daisies and the rose. Little stuff happening. So get some flowers out of your garden, throw them on the table, and let's paint up a storm. Thanks for watching out there, and don't forget to stop and smell the roses along the way, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Het vierde boek van Garry Jenkins is uit. Vol bloemen, dieren en landschappen. Nieuw in deze uitgave is de serie Watervallen. Dit nieuwe boek is verkrijgbaar voor €34,50. Hiermee maakt u ook thuis prachtige schilderijen. Kijk voor bestelinformatie op omroepmax.nl of teletextpagina 333.